What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning into my channel, Jason's Own World. I got my MK7 GTI. As you can hear, it's running. Yeah. Super stoked that it's running. I'm glad to get some content on it, but I'm having a few issues with it, with an EPC light throwing right now. I'm trying to figure it out. I've had some coolant things happen. And so in this video, I'm going to explain to you what happened with the coolant thing and why this video is titled How to Check Your Auxiliary Heater Pump. So let's get right to that. Also, before you perform this test, make sure that your laptop is plugged in and charging so that you don't run out of battery on your laptop, as well as have a trickle charger connected to your battery. Mine's connected up so that your battery does not go low. Those are really good things to do whenever you're doing a checkup on anything like this, or even like flashing a tune or something like that. All right, in this video, we are going to check on our auxiliary heater pump and how to check that on VAG-COM, also known as VCDS through Rostec. What this auxiliary heater pump does, it works with the water pump and the thermostat through the circulation of all the coolant throughout the system. And that auxiliary heater pump has two coolant hoses going to it. It has one inlet and one outlet hose, and it also has an electrical plug. I can't show you in the engine bay where it's located because it's kind of down here, but if you came to the firewall back here, you would see some hoses just literally right back in there. Let me get a flashlight going here so I can just show you a tiny little bit better on video. You're not gonna see it that much, but down in there, down there, right there. See that hose? Well, that goes to the firewall, and then that hose connects to the auxiliary heater pump. And that auxiliary heater pump actually sits underneath the intake box here, underneath the charge pipe under that, and it sits down in this like little like sleeve. This is for the 6-speed manuals at least. If I'm correct, it also might be sitting underneath the water pump over here. On DSG models, I know when I bought this motor, which came from a 2019 MK7.5 GTI, that the auxiliary heater pump was actually located on a bracket down here, and I had to reroute it over here because I was using my original wiring harness, because this is a 6-speed from the factory, and the new motor actually was a DSG, so maybe that's the difference. But anyways, what that auxiliary heater pump does is it circulates the coolant through there for the heater inside your cabin. And so when I put this motor back together, I've been having some EPC lights coming on while driving. And yesterday I actually had a code pop up for the auxiliary heater pump running dry. That code was a P16C6 code. It said that the pump was running dry, so I figured maybe that pump, the electrical connector, is not working or anything like that. But the thing is yesterday I was driving out here in the neighborhood, and all of a sudden I got a crazy coolant leak because one of the hoses came off, where it dumped all the fluid on the ground. My car was overheating. I saw steam coming up. I was like, crap. Good thing I was literally just right there though, and I coasted home. But I realized that this hose right here literally disconnected itself, and all the coolant was popping off. So I must not have put that one on tightly or correctly when I put all this back together. And that stuff is expected when you're putting a motor together. You're gonna miss a switch here, you're gonna miss a coolant pipe here, or you know, something fuel related. Something like that is expected to happen. So when all of that coolant flew out of there, because there was literally no coolant in the reservoir. When there's no coolant in the reservoir, then all the coolant that's circulating through the motor, because the motor is on, I guess, then the auxiliary heater pump is not going to have any coolant going into it. And that's probably why it threw that code. That's what I'm assuming, I'm guessing. But I don't know yet because I haven't, you know, done all this stuff and scan for new codes since I fixed that hose on the coolant right here and refilled all the coolant. So in this video, I just want to explain what the auxiliary heater pump does. It's for the heat in your car. It has coolant pipes connected to it. And if something is wrong, where like maybe the plug is not plugged in correctly, maybe the coolant pipes aren't on there correctly and you have a coolant leak, or maybe there's some fray in the wires and you're getting like a short circuit or no circuit at all. Several things could happen with it. So in this video, I'm gonna actually show you how to check the values using Rostec VAG-COM, also known as VCDS. And I'm gonna show you how to use the values so that you can know that your auxiliary heater pump is actually working. So let's get right to that part of the video. All right, guys, so obviously to do this using Rostec VAG-COM / VCDS, you're gonna need a laptop. You can also use OBD11, which is, very similar to this, but you don't need to use a laptop, which is really nice. You just use your cell phone and get the app and you download credits and stuff to check things and do cool things on it, which I like. But with VAG-COM, I know how to use the software, so I don't have OBD11. I haven't got that yet. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I'm using this. So if you're using VAG-COM or VCDS, this is how you're gonna do it. And every year has different functions and stuff like that, so just fool around with it. But this is a 2017 Mark 7 GTI 6-speed base model, and this is the VAG-COM VCDS for this year and this VIN. So this is how it's going to be with this one, but everything you do will be very similar to this. So obviously you're going to need a laptop. You're going to need your VAG-COM cable here. You're going to connect it to your OBD2 port. Down here, as you can see, it's connected right there. From here, you're going to put the key into the ignition, but don't turn the car on. Just turn it to ignition 2. Then you're going to want to run your, sorry about that beep, but you're going to want to run your heat here. So I have mine on full blast here, on heat. And then just have that running so that the auxiliary pump actually, does work itself a bit better. So now you're going to go into, let me try to get this. There we go. So now let's go into the software here. So VCDS software, boom. And hopefully this, there we go. Now you're going to go to select control module right there. And then I'm going to go into engine. On other ones, you might need to go into auto HVAC, but on mine, we're going into engine. And then I want to test my auxiliary pump to make sure that the pump is actually working. And so, to hear it working, you'll hear like a little hum or whatever. So I'm going to go to output tests. Okay, let me get right there. Scroll down here, and on this one, it is the heater support pump, IDE 07243 heater support pump. Click on that. Now, all this stuff, you don't really need to, deal with this. You're just gonna press start. So I'm gonna press start here, and I'm gonna come around here. And here for a humming. I can hear it, but I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. I can hear it switching on and off and running. And I also hear coolant going through the system right now, pushing through the system. Okay, it just went off. Just went on. Just turned off. So I don't know if you can hear that, but I heard a hum. We're good to go. I know that the pump is working, which means the electrical connector connected to the pump is working. I don't see any leaks underneath. Check underneath your car to see if there's any leaks. There's no leaks under my car. I already checked. And so I know that there is coolant going in through the pump and everything's working. And you obviously come into the cabin and I can feel the heat, like it's really hot, warm in here. So everything is good there. So that's the first test that you want to do. To stop that test, all you do is come over here, press stop, and you're good to go. Press done, go back, close controller, go back. Don't press exit yet because we're going to do another thing here. So I know that the pump is working, it's running. And so now what I want to do is I want to actually find the value, like what is my duty cycle that my auxiliary pump is working at. And that's going to show up as live data. So in order to get live data, here, let me get this again, there we go. In order to get live data using VAG-COM / VCDS, or even OBD11, you're going to need to turn the car on. So let's go ahead and turn the car on here. You guys can see it. Boom, let's just turn that off. And there we go. All right. Now we get back out of here. Since I completely turned the car off, I'm just gonna exit out of this and then open it back up. Okay, from here we're going to select control module. Let that load. Then you're gonna go into 01 engine, let that load, and then you're gonna go into advanced measuring values. This is gonna pop up. In this description, it's really cool, is you can just type in anything and then whatever, if it's in there, it will pop up. So I'm gonna type in heater, H-E-A-T, and that's gonna bring up this stuff right here. And I'm going to click on heater, support, pump, specific value, IDE 07242. Just click on that and it's gonna show you your duty cycle right here. So mine is at 85% duty cycle, which is 100% passing. That means that my auxiliary heater pump is actually working. It's running, it's pumping heat into the cabin. I can feel the heat. It's actually really warm in here right now. And we're all good to go. And that's basically it, guys. That's how you're going to check your auxiliary heater pump to see if it's running, see if it's actually in its in a good duty cycle. 85% is great because that's leaving 15% on the table, so it's not actually working full time, you know, to keep the interior warm. But the best thing is to know that it's actually working, so that's good. Oh, and as you can see here, it actually dropped down to 66.3% duty cycle, which is normal for when the cabin gets warm. It's not working overtime as much anymore because it doesn't need to heat up as much. So that is perfect. Mine's working. That's all you got to do to know if your auxiliary heater pump is working. All right, guys, I hope you liked that. I hope you learned something. I did doing this too, and I'm glad that my heater pump is working because it's kind of a pain to actually get in there and replace. But it's doable, it's doable. It also saves me money from buying new parts or taking it to a shop for that specific thing. So everything is good. So I know I can check that one off the list. I'm gonna go rescan codes. All right, I'm looking at codes right now. 5 fault codes are found. Here's a coolant temp sensor code, which is kind of just whatever. That would be pretty easy. Secondary air injection, which is normal because the secondary air injection is deleted in my car. Here's another one for the secondary air injection, and a third one for the secondary air injection. And then the 5th code right here is the oxygen sensors. So that's it. There are no more auxiliary heater pump codes on the car, which is really, really good. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until the next video, peace.